And my name's Larry with Under the Bridge Flies, and we're going to tie this stone fly for a gentleman. Requested it there on Facebook. He had one of them and lost them, so he asked if we'd tie this up so he can see how to tie his own. Anyway, this is a size 14 hopper hook, is what we're using for this, and we got a gold bead on it already. And with any stone flies that I tie, I always put a little bit of lead on them because you want your stone flies to sink a little fast. So this is something you don't have to do, but if you want them to get down a little quicker, then I suggest just put a little lead wrap on it. And once we get that lead wrap going on there, we will move this a little. All right. So we're using a dark brown unithread for this. I'm using 8.0, which I use 8.0 on pretty much a lot of my stuff. We actually did a tying class for Project Healing Waters, and I gave everybody 8.0 thread, and they kept breaking the thread. So but this is what I started tying with, so I'm used to it. And all right, so we get rid of that tag in. I just lock down that I just can't get this doggone hook in there right. It's just lock down your lead there, throw some wraps around it real quick, and go ahead and bring your thread to the back about where the barb of the hook would be. Now, it's hard to see on the picture that he sent me what kind of a tail this is, but I'm going to assume that it's a pheasant tail. That's what I would use on it, so that's what I'm going to use. And we just got a little bit of pheasant tail here, and we're just going to tie that in on the back there, lock it down. Go ahead and bring that on up to your lead and snip off whatever extra you got there. All right. So the next thing we're going to put in here is our scud back. And I'm just using a 1/8 inch clear scud back for this one. And it's easier to get started and work with it if you cut it into a little arrow, a little point on the end, just like that. That way you can get her started right up behind you fairly easy. When I say that, then it won't start for me. And just stretch it some. And what you want to do is be to the whole scud back when you get to the back where you tied in your tail there. And then go ahead and lock that down good. All right, next thing we're going to put in, by the looks of that, and you can use wire on this, or on this particular one, they used just fluorocarbon tippet material. I got this 6X Climax stuff. Stuff's like 14 bucks a roll, but I got a bunch of it for $1 a roll, and I use it for this mostly. And all right, once you get that tied in, just go ahead and pull that back. Now, on this particular fly, it looks like it's got two separate colors on it. So the first one we're going to use is a Golden Stone dubbing by Hairline. And we're just going to start dubbing the body with that. Now, on my stones, I usually put legs on them too, but this one does not have legs. I didn't see any legs in the pictures that he sent, so we're not going to do that. But once we get to that point, if you do want to put in legs, I'm going to show you how to real quick. Anyway, we're going to dub this on here, and we're going to start thin, and we want to build our body up thicker and thicker as we go, of course. And hold my tippet there. Oops. And we're just going to small amounts. One of the biggest mistakes new tires make, and trust me, I know this from experience, is they put on too much stuff. I mean, they try to use too much material, and it just makes a clumped up, crappy looking fly. And so when you're doing these, just put it in and just add a little at a time. One, it's going to stay on there better because you're wrapping in each layer, you know, and then you're going to have that top thin layer, but your thread is actually wrapping the lower layers up, so you know it's going to be a better fly anyway, instead of just putting a big old hunk of dubbing on there and trying to do it all in one swipe. It does take a second longer, but you're getting a better fly out of the deal, and that is the point, right? Okay, so now I got that in there. So if this was one that I would tie, I would put some goose biots, one on each side there for some legs right there. But this particular fly does not have that, so this is a fairly easy pattern. Now the next one we're using is a stonefly nymph dubbing, and this is golden stone, but this is actually from Fish Hunter, and you can tell it's gold. It's got some red, a little bit of red in it, and you could actually mix some of this up, you know, get you some gold dubbing and throw a little bit of red in it, and, you know, maybe a few black, you know, brown, just mix it up yourself. This actually Thomas makes this up, and I love this stuff. Boy, this is some nice dubbing for stoneflies, and it looks like the one that's on this picture is what they actually used. It looks like that's what they used on this. So all right, so we get that up there, and we're gonna add some more just to build this body up a little bit more in the front. And apparently he's catching quite a few fish on this thing, so I don't know if the fly shop just don't have them anymore or whatever. But all right, so now we're just going to bring our scud backing over this, and we're just going to lock that down. And you don't pull too tight on this, because you're actually going to lock it down better with your tippet here. All right, so once you get that tied in pretty good, you can go behind it if you want to and lock it down, which is probably a good idea. And then you're just going to snip that off of there. All right, so now all we're going to do is start wrapping this here tippet and making some segments on this thing. And we're going to wrap it opposite. So you're going to wrap it actually counterclockwise. And as you're wrapping it, make your segments, you know, nice and even, you know, so they look really good. And just keep growing them as you go up. Now you want one of your segments right where your dubbing changes, right there, okay? And then your last one, you're just going to bring it all the way up under and to the bead. You don't want to segment any of that up there with the second color dubbing. All right, we'll throw a couple wraps around that, you know, make sure she's getting tight. Snip that off. Now, I'm just going to throw a whip finish around this real quick. Nothing to that. All right. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we're going to do some coloring. And we got an orange Sharpie here. And we're just going to, because the way that one looked on his picture, the back side was, you know, kind of orange. So we're just going to color this thin skin right here orange. Or this scud backing, I'm sorry. This is just easier than putting in two different types of scud back. So once you get that colored in there, then the front one, it's kind of a goldish color, so brown might work real good, or maybe just I'm going to try this yellow here. This is of course the first time I've tried this, so see there, yeah, that looks about the same as what his did. So we're going to color that up with some yellow. You can see that. And then the last thing we're going to do is take us a little piece of Velcro. And you can get these Velcros at your dollar store. They're like $1.50 for a big old pack of them. And you just take that across the bottom and rough that up a little bit. And if you got some really long, we're just going to snip them out real quick there. And that's it. That's the stonefly, and I hope this is exactly what he was looking for. If not, tie it anyway. This thing will fish. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, and we're going to do another one here real soon. The guy wants to see a blue wing olive tied up, so we're going to do one of those here. And anyway, I appreciate you watching. Hope this helps you out, and like I said, it's a fairly easy tie, so good luck, and hope it catches some fish for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.